And we are live. It is June the 5th, 2025, and we are about to start our session with our wonderful guest today. And today I'm very pleased to say the least, that we have someone here who is able to give us some thoughts and some insights about a couple of things that we have announced already on this website and on the um, on our channels. And for those who are now watching, it's a very pleasure to have you here. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for coming. The having the opportunity, giving us the opportunity to be live and be here with you guys, and having the chance to have you guys here getting with us in discussions, and also getting engaged with us today. Um, what the topic of today is definitely one of my most favorite topics. It is food, and food always is an essential thing for me to not only talk about, but obviously also to consume, because we all are human beings, and human beings surprisingly need to eat, and therefore it's a very nice thing to have that combined, not only with people, with not only talking about it, but also obviously to combine that with the real experience of cuisine from someone who is a real professional today, and professional not only in regards of taking pictures of it, but also a really great person who knows how to use those ingredients, is that we are going to talk about within the next, I would say, roughly an hour. And I would say it is a good thing that we have someone here tonight who is actually able to.
I would say
So that is my monitoring sound. That is able to walk us through, and also for those who are now wondering on Cook with Sandy's channel what this white guy is doing there. Don't worry about that. This is just us co-hosting the entire thing. Sandy is my very special guest tonight, and we are multi-streaming, so that means the stream is equal on both sides. And without further ado, I would like to introduce today who we are actually talking about, and what we are actually going to see today in in the next approximately hour. You see the channel here, which is called Cook with Sandy, and obviously there's a reason. This lady is very, 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 very much into YouTubing and into content creating. As you see, she has almost 15,000 subscribers on her channel, which is not a sensation, obviously, because of the content that she is creating. And if you go down a little bit here, and you see those who are on her channel right now are obviously knowing what she's doing, but also she's doing a lot of live sessions, which are slightly different to those that we are, that the content of her videos is all about wonderful food. I've seen quite some videos of her already, and to give you a little bit of the background, how we actually met. One day I was on her channel, and by coincidence, and I have seen her cooking in her kitchen on a live stream, and that was very pleasant because she used organic food only. So I introduced myself, as you do, or as you should do. We'll talk about that in a little, and we have then started talking a little bit, and also chit-chatting here and there about other things than food only. But obviously, it is indeed very interesting speaking to our very guest of today, and I'm very happy that she's here. And without further ado, obviously, I would like to introduce you to, I would say, the unofficial queen of Nigerian and very organic food cooking. Please all welcome Cook with Sandy on our very screen. Sandy, welcome so much, and thank you for taking your time today.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ragus. Hi,
Oh,
guys.
look at that. So Sandy is here. Thank you so much for coming. I know you are very, very busy content creating these days, and it is as of the quality of the videos that I see. you take longer than 2 minutes per video to edit it and to cut it and to do everything. Maybe for those who haven't seen you yet, it would be great if you could maybe take a minute or two to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit where you're from. The obvious questions, as you know, and tell us a little bit of where you're from and how you actually got into the content creating with food.
Okay. Hi guys, how are you guys doing? I'm so happy to be here today. I mean, this was supposed to happen last week, but some setup was not really going well. But I'm glad to be here today, and thank you so much, Ragus, for having me. So my name is like Cook with Sandy, like Sandy. I'm Sandy, and I'm from Nigeria. Yeah, I'm Nigerian, and my channel is about food. Creating amazing mouth-watering recipes in the simplest ways possible. And I already saw him displayed my channel on the profile, so you can just take a quick stroll maybe after the live stream. So yeah, I actually got into the content creating space 2023. That was after much procrastination. I mean, I've been wanting to come into this space, but procrastination, they say, is the thief of time, and I always like to add success. But yeah, we are here because growing up, I really enjoy cooking a lot. I mean, really really well, and my friends would be like, Sandy, you know how to do these things very well. Why not just put yourself out there, like just show the world what you got? And I'm like, okay, I will not, I will. And then back then in 2020, that was during COVID, that would have been the perfect timing for me to start. But it's always like because one thing about me, I'm a very very private person. I don't really like putting my business out there. I'm like, how am I going to, like, focus, like be on the right track, like focus on content and not putting myself out there. But yeah, way back in 2023, I just the way I'm sitting now, I was in my room about to head out, and then I'm like, why not just record my first YouTube video? And I did like an introduction video. That video is on private. I'll never show it. Yeah, that video is on private. I did the intro and I posted the video. I shared with my friends. I mean, a lot of my friends, they really really supported me. They shared my videos, going back to the YouTube to check how many subscribers I got. It was really really beautiful. And one thing that kept me going is the fact that I enjoy what I do and I have passion for what I do. So when I started, I didn't really care about what I'm getting in return. I didn't even know how the YouTube works, like, getting paid. You have to get 4,000 watch hours. I mean, I didn't know. I just love putting myself out there. Like, I enjoy what I do and I love to share with people. That was just it for me. So I started doing it and it was really coming together. I mean, if you go to my old videos, you see how, like, I put so much effort into my videos, like into my craft. I was posting like twice in a week. Yeah, it was really going well. And yeah, at some point it become really really overwhelming and I needed to take a break for like 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then 7 months I was not on YouTube, and I was still doing what I was doing, but I was posting more on Instagram. But then I got back last year and all my watch hours were gone. And then I got a big YouTuber advised me to, you have amazing videos on Instagram, you can just post them on short and then you start live streaming. So yeah, that's what I started doing, that live streaming, and in 2 weeks I got monetized, just by showing my face and just interacting with my audience. And then I got to like mingle with other YouTubers here, amazing people on this YouTube space, beautiful, wonderful people, and that's how I got to meet Ragus as well. So yeah, that's how I started content creation. Yeah.
So this meeting today was in the making for a couple of weeks. We have talked about it like a few times previously behind the scenes, and obviously we have discussed what would actually be a good topic to discuss. And there are like 2 or 3 points we're going to go through today, especially live streaming. We are going through that because due to obvious reasons, and for those who have been here like 2 or 3 weeks ago when Talata was up here, some topics might sound familiar, but will be heard from a different perspective. Here's why. Because if I look on the content, I mean, we have a really niche in the most positive way, a niche content creator here who does not only put some stuff in the pot, puts a camera on it, and says, "Hey, hallelujah, we have food." No, all those videos that you see, and I will let one run in the background a little bit, which I have chosen for this, so that you see what's going on here. And the point is, what I have discovered whilst doing that, whilst pre-watching those videos that I've chosen for today for the background, while we are speaking, the interesting thing for me is that you really take care of the details, not only on the video, but also on what you're actually using, because all I see is real organic and fresh food. I never see you using any canned food or any funny powders from some package from Muggy or whatever. So I really only see you using organic, true food. And that is really fascinating because everyone is preaching it. Ah, yes, you have to take care of organic food and stuff like that. But you actually use that only, as far as I see that. Now, my when you did your first video of preparing a dish, I don't know if you remember which it was, but when you consider, did you actually just like, come on, let's do it, let's start it, or did you then already for the first video start to think, okay, how would this video have to look like? What would I have to put into the pot to, or what dish would I have to prepare? What could be interesting for the others? Or did you just say, come on, here's a camera, here's my stove, let's do some rock and roll?
Yeah. So the thing is, creating for me is actually just mindset. I don't think too much about anything. I don't script. I just pick up my camera, my tripod. I just know what to do. Yeah, that's it for me. I don't think much about how I want to present the video. Like, I just see myself doing it right. Even when I plate my food, I don't have idea in my head. This is how I want this food to. This is how I want to plate this food. I just see myself doing it, and it always turns out really, really good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it for me. And
it does.
again, okay.
No,
And
it
again,
does.
yeah, and again, recording is very, very stressful. I mean, this video you're watching now, it can take, let's say, at least 4 hours to create just this video, because you see the way I take my angles. Like, I try not to just show my food. I also want people to enjoy watching, like, recording from different points of view. Yeah, and I really, really enjoy it. Really.
That makes absolute sense. And if I consider, especially these kind of details, you put the little raises. Oh, Pepe, there you go. My biggest enemy, yeah, because because of the Oibo Pepe thing. But considering the fact to see not all, even if your face is not shown on some parts of the videos, you see that the person who's doing that has to enjoy this, because otherwise you wouldn't put all these details on the camera, like putting the ingredients, as everything is fresh, and how do you actually show people with the best light that what is happening, for instance, when all these things are in the blender, right? So these are the little details, I think, that make a cooking video so much different from those standard things, from those super pros, whatever you want to call them, with the 5 stars, what they have. Nevertheless, you're doing this now for quite a while, and you have had experiences in cooking anyway. But as obviously, you do what I do too. You love food. So, what is more? Let's say, what is the most enjoyment for you? Is it more like getting everything, the recipe in your head, go to the market and buy everything and then prepare it? Or is it more the momentum when you have created your plate, when you take a spoon or a fork and you have the first bite? What is the biggest enjoyment?
Okay. The biggest enjoyment I would say is, just when I cook, how I build flavors. So if you watch my videos really well, I don't really use these artificial flavors. I try to use natural ingredients. I just love how I combine ingredients together, and I just know it's gonna bang for real. And also the positive review I get from my, like, the people that do enjoy my food, the people I that consume my food, the positive results. I mean, I love when I cook and I have someone like close by that is going to like taste my food. I just, that's beautiful feeling when you're waiting for them to give a review. I mean, I don't doubt my skills. I mean, I don't sing my praises, but I just know, when you just know that you're doing so well. So that's joy. Like, it brings so much joy to me when someone eats my food and they be like, "Oh, Sandy, you're so good." Yeah, that's the most enjoyable part for me.
Now, talking about skills, that is an interesting topic because obviously everyone can boil water. Well, me in the past, I even burned boiled water, but that's another story. I learned since then. But I would, for instance, never be able to create such wonderful plates like you do. So it takes some time learning, obviously, and it takes some times of most likely also devastation until you finally have the try done that this plate is exactly as you wanted to have it in your fantasy in the first place. So what made you what did where did you get these skills from? Was it like learning by doing? Was it like asking people who know, or was it like a mixture of both?
Okay. So this is my first time actually talking about this. Everything I know how to do in the kitchen is self-taught. I'm not like, I wouldn't call myself a professional chef because I don't have, the certificate. It's just like seeing a nurse, being trained by somebody and then they call themselves nurse. But you always have to get that licensed certificate to be addressed as a chef. So everything I know in the kitchen now is just self-taught. And funny enough, right? Growing up, I was not really, really like, I love cooking, but my mom wouldn't really let me cook. Like, it's always my dad be like, you are the wife, don't stress my kids, go and cook in the kitchen. So that's how it was like for us. I didn't really spend time with my mom in the kitchen. And I don't know, it's just, should I say it's a gift? It's just something I love doing. And if I go to a restaurant and I try a meal for the first time, so if you give me the ingredients, even though I didn't, even if you don't show me a video like a proper recipe of how to make it, if I get the ingredients, I can be able to put it well together and it will come out just as the one, like just the one I tasted. Yeah,
Well,
that's
I do have to say when I see this dish, and there's also a reason why you showed it, because usually I'm not a big fan of fish, to be honest, if it is not fried, right? But if
yeah.
I see, obviously, the sauce that you do here, there you go, 15 minutes later. Thank God you cut it off, otherwise I would be starving by now. Um, the way that you actually put these things together, and in a logical way of one after the other, a logical way of follow up, if you will. I think what I see here is the perfect way, and this is all homemade, right? You're not in a restaurant kitchen. This is all homemade, and
Yeah.
this is the most fascinating thing on me. If I now see there's my fufu. If you now see how this actually is served, we are not talking about a five-star restaurant. This is home, right?
Yeah.
And if I see the detail and the love to the detail that you have on this, and this is a 8-minute video, we are coming to an end here, as you see. I can strongly recommend, guys, if you want to have good recipes and if you want to have it all home done, my strong recommendation would definitely be to watch the videos of Cook with Sandy on a regular basis, because the thing is that here you see really the real life cooking. We come back to another video a little later, but also for your followers on your website, let's give them a chance to see you properly before they start complaining or something. So also, again, my greetings to all the viewers on Sandy's page, but also on those who are here on the World of Ragus. The reason why I've asked Sandy to come up here is obviously because, as you can hear, she can talk, and as you can hear, she is able to communicate properly, which she does not only do here today, but which she also and mainly does on her own channel in many, many live streams that she does on a very regular basis. And obviously, I would assume that you would be more into let's say you would be maybe more into talking about cooking on your live streams rather than those things that you usually have to answer. Would you say that this is a correct assumption, or am I totally wrong and you still like to use the word Nigeria as the most?
Sorry?
I, okay, I said you're on you're on your channel very often.
Yeah.
live, and obviously you show you're always there and providing a lot of good moods. Would you prefer to talk more about cooking on your channel, or would you prefer to would you prefer going on with I'm from Nigeria?
you know. So one thing about me is that in as much as I love to cook and my channel is all about cook, I just feel like, it shouldn't just be when it comes to live streaming, it shouldn't just be about cooking all the time. And again, cooking is kind of stressful. I mean, cooking is stressful, and I'm a very very busy person. Like I'm always busy in the kitchen. I feel like 70% of what I do, I don't show it online of the food I cook because I don't always have that strength, energy to fix camera, especially when I cook in bulk. Because I cook in bulk for people, I cook for homes, things like that. So I don't always have the time to record all that. Hence, I even live stream at night. So the time I normally live stream is not really convenient for me to start cooking in the kitchen. And also, most of my audience, they enjoy just watching me just, interact with them and chat, stuff like that. But at the same time, I would then I was doing it. I used to just, cook on my live stream and then we just get to converse. But this phase I'm in right now, I don't really have that time to do all that. Hence, I just sit on my bed, hi, I'm Nigerian. Like, if I should get $1 every time I ask where are you from, I'll be so freaking rich by now. Yeah,
Yeah, but then most likely YouTube would fire you because nobody would use the super chats anymore. So, so I think that is, but obviously it is this sickness, as I call it in quotes, the YouTube sickness that we have talked about like 3 weeks ago with Talata here. That obviously the female channel hosts are more into, yeah, where are you from? What are you doing? Can you do a 360 and all these things? But let's talk about cooking, and because there's something fascinating that I saw again. We are talking about everything that you do is homemade, right? So
yeah,
most of the stuff is homemade, and so you don't have this $10 million kitchen at home. Obviously, we saw it in the video. You have a normal stove. Obviously, you have pots, yeah, and a pan and stuff like that to creative stuff. But if I then see, for instance, and I just randomly show some pictures that you have kindly sent me previous to this, if I look at this, I mean, this is looking for me like out of a food catalog where you have the recipe for whatever $500 ingredients and stuff like that. But as far as I see, you only cook with, let's say, normal products from from the local market, right?
yeah.
Wow. So,
Wow.
for instance, okay. Let's talk about this dish just a little. I see rice, obviously. As far as
Yeah.
I see some nuts, and I see what is the dark stuff? Is that raisins or what is that?
No, it's rice and beans.
Okay, so rice and beans, and we have some meat, obviously, and you put it on a wonderful leaf, and literally, we have a saying in Germany which says that the eye, sorry, the eye is eating too. So obviously, when you look at this, you automatically get hungry, and then the question is, of course, how you have got so many videos already, which you have created food on from big, very opulent up to down to very small portions and snacks. How many ideas? How many million ideas do you have already left in your head that you would still like to go on and that makes you so creative?
Like I said, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this thing is just in my head. Like I don't think much about what I do. Okay, let's say tomorrow now I want to film for YouTube. I want to film. When I just go to the kitchen, I don't think about what I have to make tomorrow. I just wake up in the morning and be like, okay, I think I want to make this, and that's it for me. I
Okay.
don't think much about these things and how to put it together.
Because what I find so interesting is the fact that, as I said, you only cook fresh. I never
Yeah,
see you using a can. Going to
yeah.
use this one. I never see you using a can, and I never see you having the this muggy or whatever thing putting in the pot or something. I think you would feel disgusted by doing that. But still, the food when you present it, obviously that's for YouTube. But when you present it, it is so you see it is handmade. You see there is no other stuff. The only disadvantage that YouTube has, in my opinion, is that you cannot smell what is on the plate. I mean, that would be the ultimate optimum. Have you ever had a request, sorry, of someone from YouTube
Yeah.
who maybe comes to Nigeria here and there to cook for him or her or for the family or something? Did you ever get those kind of questions if you do that?
Okay, yeah, I've not really met someone, on YouTube come to Nigeria and, taste my food. But at the
Hmm.
same time, I have someone I do create for. I mean, I record cooking videos for them. So the person
Hmm.
reached out to me that, oh, I really like your videos, I like your cooking, I like how you present your videos. So can you record videos for me? You edit for me, then you send it over. So I'm currently doing that for a client now. The person is in the US. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I can say now.
That is awesome. I mean, getting cooking in Nigeria and getting those requests from someone in the US, that is like awesome. And obviously, those recipes that you are creating by yourself, have you ever thought of putting them into a, like creating an own cookbook, like to put it on Amazon or something? Because I think if I just see the photos, I mean, yeah, Fadessa said it right. I mean, she said food photographing is another story, but to prepare those plates, to prepare those photos, you have to prepare those plates first. And as far as I see, you got the perfect hand for that. Um, have you ever thought about that, putting those recipes together and create an own cookbook?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of that, creating an ebook, just post it online for people to actually just buy. Yeah, I'm thinking of that.
Because of what I see here, and I believe the audience from the both of us would agree on this. What I see here, it is like an absolute must to do that. Almost, I'm not going to force you on anything, but this really screams like, hey, this needs to be seen by more people.
Yeah. This meal right here is actually like a very, very popular Nigerian breakfast. It's called akara. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's called akara. You can pair it with custard, pap, bread, or even oats. Yeah. It's a very, very nice Nigerian breakfast. Yeah.
And what does it have inside? Is it like something with meat, or just something
It's
sweet, or
made
what is it?
yeah, it's made with blended beans. Yeah.
Hmm.
s- Blended beans.
All
Yeah.
right,
Beans is the main
that's
ingredient.
okay. And then
Yeah.
you put the breadings around it, and then you fry it, and then you just eat it
Yeah. So
like a nice
it's
warm breakfast snack.
yeah, it's actually made with beans, blended beans. You add some, no too much artificial seasoning, just pepper. We use scotch bonnets and
Right.
onions, just mix together, and then you scoop into your hot vegetable or whatever oil you choose to use.
Okay, gotcha. So interestingly, what I see is that whatever picture you have sent me four. This is the last one, and I mean, this is like classic because of so it is not the perfect picture, thank God, because this is not the perfect rice ball. There are some rice corns, here and there flying around. This is not the perfect salad, like in the geometrically perfect thing. It is just a wonderful, organic, handmade, with love prepared plate, as far as I see that here.
Yeah,
And this makes me this makes me actually really happy because as a, let's say, virtual consumer of your videos, I see that you really have got this wonderful ability to do wonderful plates, to create wonderful food. But even though you make those plates looking very special, they still look naturally nice, if that makes any sense.
yeah,
And that is the ability that I think you should maybe tell us a bit more about. Like, for instance, this plate, we keep this on the screen because this is just like, I need to jump through the screen and get into your kitchen somewhere to steal that thing. I would really like to understand, for instance, this plate. Maybe you can give us a little bit insights on how long does it take from the first idea to this very picture of the final result, so to speak.
Oh, okay. This is actually Nigerian smoky patty jollof rice. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you well. I just want to give you the stage.
Oh, okay, okay.
Don't
So
worry,
this
I'm all here. I'm all here.
Okay, this is the popular smoky Nigerian patty jollof rice, and its main ingredients is rice, obviously, and then with tomatoes, and we have pepper, and then heavy spices. So when I say heavy spices, we have ginger, we have garlic, because there is no jollof rice without ginger and garlic. I mean, and then we have these natural herbs, and then yeah, just the base is the main thing when it comes to jollof rice, the tomato base. You have to pay attention to how you want the base to come out. So if you don't have a rich base, your jollof rice won't come out very well. So the process is actually very, very simple, and it's actually very beautiful to make. So you start by going in with some, vegetable oil. You saute some onions. You go in with your ginger and garlic paste. You stir fry for about 2 minutes, and then you go in with your blended peppers. So I usually use habanero, scotch bonnet, cayenne, red bell peppers. So I do more of peppers than tomato. So I can even do like just 3 seeds of tomato, because you actually need that heat. That's heat, not like necessarily very, very spicy, but you need that heat, because when you use enough tomato, it's going to like come out, kind of soggy. Yeah, if that makes sense. And then the base is where the main focus is at. When you have a well fried base, your jollof rice would really turn out well. Yeah, that's it about jollof rice. And then it's best enjoyed with fried meat. Yeah, and I like using goat meat for mine.
Okay, obviously you make it sound very easy. Yeah, you just put some jollof rice. Yeah, obviously because you do it on a regular basis. But
It's very
I'm
easy.
not.
For me, cooking is just like art. I mean, when you pay attention to what you're doing, it just comes out like really well. And you need patience to
Yeah,
actually make a very good pot of food.
yeah.
Patience.
Well, it was actually meant a compliment that you make it look so easy when you talk about it, because obviously you have a lot of skills now that you have trained onto yourself. But let me ask you, out of interest, because this is really interesting. I mean, for everyone who is having passion for something that they're doing and then putting it on you, being brave enough putting it on YouTube. How long did you think about opening a channel with these niche of having this wonderful dishes created? Did you think about it? What about if it doesn't work? Or did you just say, come on, you know what? Here's my stove. I'm cooking anyway. Let's put the camera. Let's put the first video up. How did it work for you?
So, like I said, starting a cooking channel, I didn't really think too much about it. I didn't think about, oh, am I going to get views? Will I make money from it? I just enjoy what I do. Just putting my craft out there is just a beautiful thing for me. Like seeing my video, just watching it. Even if I get when I just started, I mean, when I see a random person I don't know comment on my videos, I'm like, oh my god, people are seeing my videos. I remember one time when my video got about, I think about 10K views when I just started. I remember telling my sisters, oh my god, this video is going far. People are liking this video. I feel so proud. Like I didn't think much about getting views, this video going far, making money from it. It's just that beautiful feeling of putting yourself out there, putting your work out there, like the beauty of making the food, the beauty of plating the food, and the beauty of posting it out there and seeing people like actually liking what you're doing and dropping positive feedback. Yeah, that was
I
it
do
for me.
exactly what you mean. I do exactly understand what you mean. And as far as I see, it is like an awesome thing to wait a second. Okay. So as far as I see, and as far as I understand, the point is, and just putting up your site again, just that that people are having a look again. If you look at all these videos, I mean, if you just look at the videos from the, let's say, preview style, like it is now, right? You have all these pictures here from the videos. Obviously, you have to click the videos to watch them. but there already I see so many colors. Best thing, I think one of the best eye catches for me is this one here where it says no popcorn machine. So what does it mean? You don't need to, you don't, because I saw a person using a popcorn machine, which was like having 300 kilograms just for the machine, for this little porn that you put in there. But what I see here is, this is already from just from this picture, you see that you already only use organic stuff for that. And you do it like a natural way. You use a pan, some oil, most likely, some salt, and that's it, right? And that is
Yeah.
the best popcorn anyway. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, for those who have questions, please don't hesitate to drop them in the chat. Me and Sandy can both see them, so obviously we can also um, make sure that we answer as many as possible. Because Sandy only has a relatively limited time today, due to the fact that obviously she has a lot of content to create and a lot of stuff to cut and everything. So um, we should be obviously be a bit valuable with her time. Nevertheless, my question is what I would like to understand from the point of view of yours. Now, you're doing this for a while, and you're also on a live chat, on live chat, sorry, on live stream on a very regular basis. What do you actually prefer more, if you could choose, like being on live stream or like being so-called in the backstage area, create everything and then surprise people with the outcome on those on that video?
Okay, I would say creating is actually very, very fun. I mean,
Mm.
creating is fun for me, but at the same time, all work and no play. I mean, and live streaming is actually therapy for me. It's just a way of me just unwinding after a busy day of, working and struggling and all these things. But yeah, creating is actually very fun for me. I always just look forward to like editing this clip and putting it up. Yeah, I would say because at the end of the day, when the long form content is actually where the main focus is at. I mean, that's where you get to even make more money when you create long form content. So, live stream is just like for therapy to interact with your audience. For
Okay,
me,
so because here's the reason why I'm asking. There's a certain reason for that. Whenever I see you on live stream, first of all, I'm always surprised that there are almost no people with a blue jacket on, as we call it, as you know. There's you only have a very small amount of moderators who I hardly ever see. Obviously, they are hardly ever kind of bouncing anyone because of bad behavior, which I'm always surprised about. But I'm always surprised about that you how you keep those trolls, as we all call them in our YouTube world, how you keep them silent. It is always a miracle for me to see that. I saw that on some other channels as well, though on the most channel with female hosts, um, those people with the blue jackets really have to step in and kick the people out. How do you keep those people so calm? I mean, do you kind of throw some magic food in the world that all the YouTubers have to consume it, or how does it work? I mean, I really find it fascinating, to be honest.
so, for me, one thing about if you are a streamer, one thing you should always know is that you definitely get these trolls. Like it's very normal for you to get trolls, and some of these trolls, I mean, they just want to have that, they want to steal the show. They have, should I say, they have this main character syndrome. Most of them, they are not really there to throw you oh because they feel they don't like you. They just want to get that attention because some of them will be like, oh, when we go to like other people's live stream, they don't respond to our comments. They feel like when they drop that comment, they will get your attention. For me, right, I always say this: there is nothing you are going to tell me on my live stream that will make me feel terrible. I mean, I don't know you. You are the one watching me. So what are you going to say? I can go low, like if you want to. I mean, when I'm in the mood, I just, if I'm not in a good mood, aura for aura, you go lower, crude oil. But why sometimes I just like, what, just time them out. I don't have that strength to talk because I don't even know why YouTube don't have this delete forever icon. Because you delete these people after 24 hours, they still join your live stream to continue. Like, I just feel like it's normal and there is nothing we can do about it, to be honest. They will always come. They will always come. So If you have enough strength to delete, you delete. If you have enough strength to shout, you shout. Just anyone you're in for. That's it for
Mm.
me.
Well, I do know how it feels to be on the other side. If, for instance, if someone is kicking you out, even though it's a joke, I know it can be very hurtful. But in the end of the day, that was a joke. But when that happened to me, but the point is that when I see those trolls, let's keep the word up. When I see those trolls on those wonderful channels of these wonderful people who are mostly also here tonight and watching you, obviously, because the topic is always interesting, and the person who we are talking to is seems to be interesting as well. So um, I just feel like so sorry for the content creators like you, like who else do we have here? Fidessa, like all the others who create content, who put some very valuable stuff on YouTube. And then when they're going to the live stream, the question is like, "Hey, where are you from? What are you doing? What is your shoe size?" and all that stuff. And I feel so sorry to get reduced to that. So is it frustrating for you at all, or is that just like, okay, I'm getting used to it. Let's just go on with it.
It's not. I can't say it's frustrating for me because if I want to answer, I answer. If I don't want to answer, I just ignore. And I always have Katrina putting it up for me. Just write a comment. She's Nigerian, and she'll have to put my Instagram handle for those asking. Then I'll pin it to the chat. If you
Right.
come, I'll be like the pinned comment down below. The pinned comment down below. So that's all I do. I just ignore. Because why are you coming to a live stream? You didn't even say hello to the host. Nothing like, oh, what is your channel about? Where are you from? Where are you from? It's really, really crazy, but I would say frustrating. Yeah.
I would say, I mean, I said that on another occasion already. I think it is from a legitimate way. It is okay if you, for instance, stroll through channels, on YouTube with your phone, and then you end up in your channel, and I never met you before, and 89%, 90%, 90+% will not even look on your channel in the first place. They just see, there's a cute lady from somewhere. She's talking. Okay, so she's not from the United States. She's most likely somewhere from Africa. Okay, so let's see where she's from. Until this point, I might understand the question. And obviously, if you say I'm from Nigeria, that person only turns in 2 minutes later, and then you say, asking you the same thing. Up to this point, I'm like, okay, let's feel some understanding for these people. But if it then comes to, as you said, not even a hello to the host, nothing, not a self introduction, as you should do, uh, but you only get this where you're from, then I'm thinking, and really sitting here like, hold on, wait. She's a content. I mean, obviously, I went to your channel, and I can hear from the accent where you're from, so I don't have to ask you. So, due to my heritage and everything, but I then sit there like, yes, she's cute, she's young, she's from Nigeria and African and female and stuff, but why would I ask her shoe size? Why would I ask her to do a 360 or something? Why would I say, hi, want to marry? This kind of stuff. I was like, why? I've started jokingly in some other female host channel to then write, yeah, well, if you want to talk to her, send a super chest first, 3-digit red, and then maybe you get the permission to say hello. Then those trolls run, but others are coming. That's why I'm really glad that when that you're here tonight, actually, speaking to us in this conversation and talking about actually your channel and what you actually do, what your passion is. Now, talking about your passion, and this is really fascinating for me. When we did our prep talk for our conversation today, you mentioned that sometimes you get requests to cook for some other people for an event or something to get some wonderful of your dishes done. Now, what I would like to understand, so there's no camera, obviously, because it's a private event. There's no things, no press, no nothing. There's no YouTube. Now, what I would like to know, you do have this wonderful YouTube videos, you create these wonderful dishes. Obviously, when you're asked to cook for someone, you will do those dishes as well. What is more important for you? the feedback on the YouTube or the feedback that you see in the face when the people who sometimes you cook for or who ask you to cook something, the reaction on the face when they have the first spoon in their mouth? What is more
Okay.
important for you?
So, like I said, right? I don't 70% of what I do, I don't even record. Not because I don't want to, because it's a lot for me to even set my tripod. At times I'm up 4 a.m. in the morning, cooking till like 11. I mean, I cook in bulk. I can even cook for 200 guests, 150 guests. So it's not always about YouTube for me. It's about the physical review, like, just in that event and be like, oh, who is the chef? Like, who is the cook? And, just this beautiful compliment. Oh my God, you cook so well. Yeah, that is it for me.
So literally, you get it from both sides, right? So you get it from the virtual world, YouTube, and you get it from the real world, from those people who
You know,
you
it
actually cook
it
for.
it hits better when it's coming from, it's physical. This person actually tasted that meal. Like, yeah.
Mhm. Because I
Because
think it is
they
so,
pay for it.
so.
Oh, sorry.
No, no, sorry, you go ahead.
I mean, they pay for it, and they pay their money, so there's no point giving a fake review if they don't enjoy it. Yeah, so it's always a beautiful one.
It is indeed, because what I really think is you have one huge advantage comparing to many, many other YouTubers that are there, regardless what they do. If it is DJing like me, or if it is talking about singing, like for instance, or singing on the camera partially, like Fidessa does, or talking about their projects like Captain does, and Red's Room with his wonderful stuff that he does on his channel, and all these wonderful people. But I think you have a huge advantage among all of us. You can have the reactions from the both sides, even though it is the, let's say, same thing you do, like you prepare food, but you get this wonderful um, feedback. You have the opportunity of real life feedback and virtual feedback, and I think that brings you into a position that a lot of YouTubers don't have. Does it make you
Um,
kind of proud when you come home from cooking, regardless if it is YouTube or let's go back to physical. If you get physical feedback, like verbal feedback in real life, and you come home after, let's say, great evening, whatever you had there, do you like go to sleep like, yes, that was a great day, and fall asleep more happily than maybe on a content creation thing?
yeah, I okay, like I said, when I saw that your title, cooking is more than just boiling water. It was such a beautiful one because really cooking is just more than just boiling water. When I started, right, I was like, people are already used to this, aesthetics of someone just bringing a pot, cooking. I want to make a difference. I want to make it, more intentional, that you enjoy the cooking, you enjoy the person cooking, you enjoy the vibes, you enjoy the music. Like my videos are more like storytelling. It's not just about cooking, it's also like a cooking vlog, putting you through the process and everything. And yeah, when I get back from these events, I just feel so proud of myself. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
I totally understand that, and here's why. I just add another video whilst we are talking about this, because as I already mentioned, as a huge compliment, by the way, you do make it look very easy, right? And you do make it look like, let me just put some things in the pot and out comes the magic. Obviously, it is a lot of training that you do. Um, do you remember how many dishes you have already created in a similar way like you do now before you actually started bringing that online? You mentioned that you started it in 2023 to do it online, but I believe that you always had this passion, right?
I don't quite get.
You said that you started your whole thing in 2023 on YouTube, but
Yeah.
as far as I understand, you did not start cooking in 2023. So for how long do you have this passion already to create those kind of wonderful paradise foods, as I would call it?
Okay. I started this whole cooking like way back in 2019. Yeah. way back in 2019. So, but in 2020, it was just more like a business for me because of the lockdown. So everyone was home. Yeah, I was doing it, and a friend would just reach out and be like, "Oh, Sandy, it's lockdown. I can't go out to get food. Can you make something for me?" So I started doing it like that, and then they referred me to another friend, from a friend to another friend, from a friend to another friend. So that's how I was doing it. Lockdown was beautiful for me. I mean, I was working, I was making money. Yeah. So I didn't just start
Well,
2023, like way back, yeah, in 2019.
but did you also then create already this wonderful place, or did you only
Yeah,
create? Wow. Oh, wow.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if I see this video already, this is the, and as you said, and I just want to point this out, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone who is watching Sandy here the first time, I put these videos here on purpose because, as you see, there's a lot of cutting behind it, not only the peppers, but also the video. There's a lot of work behind it, and let me guess, for this video, like it is like 6 minutes and a little, you use like at least like 4 hours to put everything together like it is. Would
Yeah.
you would you confirm that? Is that a correct amount of time for this video, like 4 hours altogether?
No, okay. On this very one I'm making now. So this recipe is quite simple, and
Yeah.
yeah. So this maybe like 2 hours just to film this recipe.
Wow. Yeah, but then you have to cut it and then you have to put everything together. Maybe you
Yeah.
put some music. Obviously, I put this video on mute because we are talking, but I
There's
think
some
if I,
there's
yeah,
some
go
videos
ahead.
that take like 6 hours to film. Like if you go to my channel, those Africa cooking videos, the one I did outside with my family. So these ones they can take 6 hours to film. Yeah.
I can imagine now. What when I see the outcome, because obviously I'm not backstage in your studio. I never see what you're doing there, and I only see in the kitchen when you do something in the kitchen, either on the finalized video or if you actually cook in your kitchen on a live stream. But sometimes on the live stream, I have to admit I was a bit jealous when I saw you sitting on your live stream in your kitchen in the evening and you just ate what you have just cooked on this wonderful, also created plate. And I was like, where's the remote control to steal her food from that table? Because it all looked so yummy. So obviously, you do have this passion doing this. And what I would like to try to understand is obviously you don't stand in the kitchen 24/7. Obviously, you have wonderful people around you. Some of them are on your live stream here and there, appearing there for a few seconds. What I would like to know is, do you actually have time for anything ordinary like a hobby at all?
Wow.
No, I mean, I'm just out of curiosity because I think the time that you invest in your YouTube channel must be like 24 hours a day. So your day need actually 48 hours, right? To get something like a private normal life as well, or do you just live for this YouTube thing?
So generally, I just like to I like to be on my own. I'm not the acting type. I enjoy my own company. I don't know why I'm saying this here. Yeah, but lately I don't even have that time like to do other things anymore, and I don't feel terrible about that, to be honest.
Absolutely fine. No, I
Yeah.
was more referring to, um, is there a certain kind of stuff that you like to do, like reading or listening to music or stuff like that? Not necessarily going to the big events or so, because I think you
Yeah.
have those events for yourself in the kitchen already, as you see. Um, because this actually, if I see those dishes, and I'm everything but a professional chef, everything but that. But I like to eat, obviously. But if I see those dishes, I would really think, okay, this lady actually has a degree in professional cooking from some kind of posh kitchen with a five-star chef or something. And if you then reveal that this is all like self-trained, and if I see obviously what passion you put in this I believe you would not even get in a three-star restaurant.
Yeah.
And this is awesome because I've seen many before I started my stuff, and even after that, I saw a lot of channels, a lot of videos, a lot of whatever they do to put their own story on there. And having said that, it is an interesting thing to see the outcome that you actually create. Now, when you put this dish, for instance, and we saw this dish in a picture before, um, my interest would be to understand: Are you also a fan of? Are you also a fan of, let's say, having the opportunity to engage people more, to encourage people more, to also cook more for the eye, or would you more say, "This is in the first place. This is for me"?
I don't quite get.
Okay. Um, Let me ask again. You do all these wonderful dishes. People watch
Yeah.
it. Now, what
Yeah.
is more what is more important for you? That if you create those dishes, right? Are you more into it has to look good for the audience, or it has to taste good for me in the first place when I eat it? What is more important for you?
So this one is quite tricky.
Oh,
Yeah. So the thing is, I mean, I don't sing my praises. I just know, like, when I make this food, it's always like it turns out always very, very good. I mean, I like back then on my former Instagram account, there was one comment I got from a video. The person was like, you know, she's also a chef. That was I don't know if you guys Nigerians, most Nigerians will be familiar with Tea Spicy. She's a very big Nigerian food content creator. She dropped a comment on my video. She was like, you just know when someone know their onions. That comment really got to me, like, really, really well. I was so proud of myself. Yeah, I don't do too much in making a meal like really, really good, because I just know it's definitely going to come out well. So plating is another beautiful thing for me. I mean, we eat with our eyes first. So if the presentation is not giving, I mean, people don't really care. I mean, they don't know you. When they see your thumbnail, they don't care how you put so much effort into that cooking. So the presentation should be the main focus for the audience first. Yeah.
now talking about audience and everything, obviously you don't start doing these kind of dishes from now to then. Obviously, you have a good hand for that, but most influencers are also getting influenced by others. Do you have like personal favorite chef that you watch cooking here and there on YouTube, on videos, like all any of those names that are running around all over the world, or is it just like, hey, I don't need them. I just try what I can do with the skills that I have and see how it goes.
Well, to be honest, I've not really thought of that, having like, oh, favorite. I don't really have. Yeah. I just do my own thing, and when I see good work, I see a good cooking, I just appreciate, oh, this looks really, really nice. If I watch a video of someone cooking, I can tell if that food is nice. I can
Okay.
tell just by watching them with their ingredients. So I used to have this lady I really like watching on Instagram,
Mhm.
on YouTube. That's Sisi. I mean, like, she's a very big Nigerian food content creator. So I love watching her videos, and also another lady called Tea Spicy. So yeah, I don't really have anyone I look forward to per se, because I've not actually thought about it. But when I see a good work, a good cooking, I just appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I think, what I see in your video, there is one thing that really attracts me the most, if you allow me to call it like this. It is the continuum that you do on your channel. You do 10,000 of different things, obviously, because you don't cook fried eggs every day and put the video on it. But you do so many different things in regards of different recipes, but you have this like a continuum on your channel, and the quality is not going lower at all. It is always like a wonderful, great, continuous quality of video that I see. Then I'm not an expert on this. Are you sometimes when you do the raw material on the videos, um, are you doing okay with let's say, is there a lot that you have to edit and cut, or is it just like, okay, let's just cut out a little bit of time and put some other things more in the focus? Or how do you actually, when you sit there with the raw material of the video, what is the most focus you put on?
So my main focus is, not to have, these continuity issues. Like, so when I get take my clips, right, I record from different angles. I might be pouring water into a pot now, and I want to take from three different angles just to make it, very, very catchy. So editing that part is always like very, very, draining, because I have to be very, very careful not to have continuity issue. So if I'm standing in this direction to put water into a pot, so when I'm filming from another direction, I have to also stand in that same position just to make it make sense.
Hmm.
Yeah. So joining these clips together are usually very, very draining, and you need like your brain to be very, very stable, and it takes time for you. Like it takes time. I can edit a video. Like the last video I posted Saturday, if you can go up, that last video I posted on my page, that video took about, let's say, I don't edit my video just once, being on my laptop editing, all through. I just cut, then I do something else, I go back to it, depending on my mood. So if I really want to sit on my laptop editing the video, it can take up to like that kind of video I posted last, it can take up to like let's say 4 hours to edit that video.
Right.
Yeah, just 7 minutes
Um,
video hours. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just trying to understand the basics of editing for some certain events at the moment. But what I understand the pain that there is with editing, even though I've just really started it. Just one quick thing, an organizational thing for those who are on the channel of the World of Ragus. I've just pinned the channel of Cook with Sandy, and I would like to all ask you to move over there and say hello to those people who are already in there. Feel free to go to Cook with Sandy's channel and do me a favor, please. Not only drop a like on her live, but also watch her videos because they are really, really valuable. And as far as I see it, and maybe you can confirm that the stuff that you're buying for the ingredients that you're buying for the dishes that you prepare, they're all affordable also in Nigeria, right? As far as I understand that,
Yeah.
because it's like local market.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I live in the northern part of Nigeria, and ingredients are not so expensive. Yeah, it's quite fair depending on what you're making.
Of course, if you want to have the gold on the steak, you always pay extra. That's a normal thing to do. But as far as I understand, because what really attracts me most is that, and please correct me if I'm wrong, on the videos that I see of your on your channel, I hardly ever, if ever, see anything that you have imported from somewhere. So I don't see any imports from Asia, from whatever. I only see like the local ingredients that you get in your country, in your area, from the regular market, which I think is like fascinating.
Yeah.
It is
I don't.
awesome.
Yeah.
So is it more, have you what, okay, let me ask you this way. If it comes to foreign food from whatever country that you have tasted from, what would you always prefer? Still the local food from like Nigeria and prepare it the way that you do it, or are you more fascinated yourself in food from any kind of foreign country?
Okay, for me, I'm always open to like learning other people's delicacy, but at the same time, the saying, home is always home. I mean, I still would prefer my local meal. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
open to like learning and trying new things. I like trying new things when it comes to food, because I love me good food. So I love to explore when it comes to food. I've not really explored that much, but I'm still looking forward to.
Because I think it is so when I think of Africa, and I mean we and I we have talked about that in your life and also before in the prep talk for today. I mean, I do have experience living in Nigeria. Obviously, we never had that kind of plates back then. But if I see the ingredients is there, it really kind of makes me like said, let's say virtually feel at home again because it's like, yep, the colors on the plate, just the it's just a different way that you prepare it. But I see those raw ingredients, I see the local food, I see the peppers, I see the fufu and all that stuff. It's like, yep, let me be first in line before anyone else takes something. It is like fascinating for me the developing of the food, how people create it these days, and with let's say I wouldn't say it's simple, but with which wonderful um, handmade methodologies you're actually doing this, and this is like totally fascinating for me. And I really would like to say I really want to salute you for that, because having the bravery going on a channel with this, while there are already so many other cooking and food channels, having also the bravery to appear there personally and making jokes of yourself if maybe there's a little lapsus in the kitchen or something, that is one thing. But also doing the live streams which are not necessarily cooking related, I think it
Yeah.
is even more fascinating indeed. And considering that fact, I really hope that one day you will be kind of discovered from some TV channel or something, that you have the opportunity to also present it to a broader audience. I think that would be awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
15,000 subscribers, you just need a couple more. So please, all, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I've pinned it in the chat. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel of Cook with Sandy, because not only that it's worth it, but also that it is really a valuable channel, one of the really valuable channel on YouTube as far as I'm concerned, if I may say so. So maybe to come towards the last section of today, what I mean, your channel is great. Your channel is growing. You have wonderful videos on there. You put a lot of effort into this. You put a lot of, you put a lot of ingredients on natural stuff in there. What is your plans for the, let's say, next couple of months with your channel, and beside going on with your with a wonderful food experience that you give others?
Okay. I'm just taking it one step at a time.
Hmm?
No pressure. Currently, I post just once in a week. That's because I have a lot going on for me, so I can't post back to back. Just do what I can do. No pressure. If I can do more than once in a week, I do. So yeah, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, right, and let's see how it goes.
Because I think, as far as I see, again, from the continuum that you're providing and from the opportunity that you give others to actually cook this wonderful food by themselves, I believe that this is like an awesome experience that you definitely can provide to others. And I think it is like a huge treasure on YouTube having this, in my opinion. So they have. I'm trying to watch the chat a little bit, but this is maybe a good chance, because again, Sandy has only like a limited amount of time today because she's very busy content creating, and I'm really happy that she was that you are able to make it today. So if there's any questions in the chat, this would be a great chance for you to ask them now. And I think that would be, if you want to know anything food related, if you wanted to know anything about Sandy that she has maybe not revealed, just don't ask her where she's from. I think she talked about that, okay? And we don't do the standard questions here. And this is a good chance to to ask questions, because that's also why she's here. I think we have strived quite some couple of things already, and talked about a couple of things of herself, personally a little bit. We have sent we have talked a lot about her cooking skills, and also about those different tastes that she has, and also feedbacks that she got. But we would also like to hear from you. So the thing is, it would be great if you would like to drop a question in the chat, so that we can have the opportunity to um, the feedback, or she can give you food, let's say a verbal food on whatever you'd like to have to done. And so we will give that a moment, and then I think we can actually then let Sandy go also to do her things, because again, she's very busy. There's behind the curtain what you guys don't see, what only all I saw in the platform. There are
You
ten
have
thousand people. Yeah, there are 10,000 people waiting behind that curtain of Sandy already, in this huge studio kitchen that no one saw before. To say, Yeah. No, we shouldn't ask her where she obviously not. Come on, Louisa. I mean, I know this is a joke, but then at the end of the day, um, you be nice. Come on, Louisa. Louisa. Actually, no, I would have to force you. Go to Sandy's stream and do a nice super chat there for remorse. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I know Luisa is one of the good ones. She would never seriously ask it in seriously, but yeah. So, but talking about something, I mean Nigeria. Um, so you live in the Abuja area. You said that before, and maybe I'll just give you a little hint from Abuja back then, because now as we are talking in real life, I remember Abuja the last time, well, the only time I've been there actually was in 1984. So that's like you were not even in planning. Your parents were most likely still in school or kindergarten or something. Now, obviously, I'm just kidding around. Now,
Yeah.
Abuja is obviously the political, if you will, capital of Nigeria, which used to be Lagos before. So
Yeah.
back then, and this is just a little side story for you, and maybe you can show up now with this knowledge for your Nigerian friends. When I was there in '84, it's almost exactly on the day 41 years ago that I was there. There was literally nothing. I mean, literally, there was a federal building that was new because I believe Abuja became capital either in '85 or '86. I'm not 100% sure when it became officially the capital, but it was so interesting um, to see that nowadays, when you watch pictures on Google Maps, and when you compare that to back then,
Yeah.
this is like amazing how this town has developed since then. This is insane. I think
Yeah.
these days, if I was there, I would get told. I mean, I would get totally lost everywhere in Nigeria because everything has changed so much. But or you're not originally from Abuja, but where would you prefer? Which area do you prefer? The area where you're originally from, or the Abuja area to live and stay?
Okay. When it comes to Abuja, Abuja is a very serene city, like very, very serene. If you are a non-Nigerian and you are looking for a place to, you're coming to Nigeria for vacation and you're looking for a serene state to stay with no drama, I would recommend Abuja. Yeah, I'm from Edo State, right? So there is no much opportunity for me there. Living in my hometown, there is no much opportunity. So coming here is actually like a big one for me. So you get to meet a lot of people, network, and get good jobs and all of that. And yeah, Abuja is a very serene place, and I really, really enjoy being here.
I actually enjoy that you are here now because it is not very often that obviously we know each other. YouTubers, all the YouTubers here in the chat, we know each other, but it is hardly ever the case that we talk together in real time, like face to face, like verbally, right? So
Yeah.
usually one is online and the others react in the chat, and that is also a very wholesome moment for me. Being honest, I had this also with you, of course, when we did the prep talk for today, when we prepared for our session. And I mean, cooking is more than just boiling water. This title was on purpose because cooking, obviously, we're not only talking about cooking food, but would you agree that the whole life is something like a melting pot that you cook together? Like the ingredients that you have, like you meet people randomly and they become friends, or some friends that will disappear throughout life and will never be seen again, or you go to different places, like you move to Abuja from quite some distance to Edo State, as those who are a bit familiar with Nigeria. So
Yeah.
would you actually agree that cooking is not only happening in the stove, but also in life, like on a daily basis?
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, something like that. Um, I don't even know how to answer this.
I wouldn't even say this is meant totally poetic, but if I consider the fact that I had the chance once to meet you randomly on your live stream when I just appeared on your chat and said hello, and this is how now we are here, like 3 months later or something, talking in
Yeah,
real time to an audience of the both of us. I think it is super fascinating meeting these people again and again who are now in our chats, but in a
yeah,
totally different context every time again, because sometimes they watch your videos or sometimes they come to your live stream, and sometimes they just do funny comments, at least the regular visitors of you. And I saw quite some funny people that you have there. So is it sometime? I mean, we all know YouTube can be very tiring because sometimes you
yeah.
sit there, you're on the live stream, and I see that you're on the live stream for hours sometimes, and I was like, Jesus, is she still there? When I was already sleeping, and just grab a glass of water or something. Like 2 hours later, after I said goodbye, you say, "What? Hold on, is that the recording? No, she's still live. Jesus!" And I was like, "All right, she really has some. Okay, she really has power to go through that." But and is it when is there days when you, because you said it already, recording is really like you really have to be focused and everything. When you have a video finally done, like cut, edited, and everything, and you put it online, is that like a moment? So when the upload is running, right? When the upload is running on your channel, is it kind of the same time the relief it's done, but also the same time a huge amount of exhaustment that you have? Like
Hmm.
feeling happy and exhausted at the same time?
It's just like okay, now for me editing is just like it's just normal for me now. I just, even though it takes time, it doesn't really drain me that much anymore, because I'm already used to it. I just post my video and be like, finally we are done with this one, next week we'll go again. That's just how it is for me now. Yeah, nothing serious.
Right.
Yeah,
Because I think that I do understand what you're talking about. I mean, I only do music, so I'm not cooking even. I'm not even cutting videos
yeah.
as
It
by
was when I
now.
just started. It was
I
when I
just
just
put,
started editing then that it was just a lot for me. Like, oh my god, editing is draining. It's still draining, I can't lie, but I'm used to it now. I know how to navigate, I just know what I want to do in that project. So just cut, even if it's going to take time, but you know what you're doing. Yeah.
yeah, obviously you do. Because the thing is also what I've realized is that when I consider the fact that you have this great opportunity to provide those wonderful pictures that you do, comparing to other people just sitting there and literally do nothing. And I mean, really nothing. And I mean, I know I'm very sure you've seen those channels as well. When there's people who are like, yeah, I'm sitting there and waiting for something to happen that they can react on as a channel host, while when you're online or when other people on this wonderful channel are online, with their channels are online, they act so that people have to react, which I think is the better way. But I think it is also exhausting being on live stream for quite a while, right?
Hmm.
Would you
Well,
agree on that?
yeah, it can be exhausting, and yeah, it can be exhausting, and that's where you have to be like, guys, bye.
Yeah,
Is usually My live stream is usually very, very fun. I mean, like I said, you live streaming is therapy for me after a long day of working, and because I don't sleep early. Like, I'm always up late, and the way I do my work, right? I cook very early. Like, the way I do my cooking. Aside even creating now, aside filming for YouTube, so my cooking schedule, I always cook in the morning. I wake up maybe 4 a.m. or let's say 7, depending on when these people needs their order. So I wake up early, I cook my food. Let's say 1:12, I'm done. Then I just shower, I sleep, I nap for like 4 hours, and then I wake up and I'm very, very active at night. I'm more active at night. Yeah. So when I live stream, even when I end my live stream, I still don't sleep.
gotcha. So, well, obviously, because then you have to calm down. It is like if you go on stage somewhere and you do your stuff, and then you do your thing, and then you have to calm down after the show, right? It's a natural thing to happen, I think.
Yeah. So
So obviously, will you? I believe you're going to do a live stream tonight as well, right? And as
not
always,
so
most
sure.
likely.
Not sure today. I'm not
All
sure.
right. So I would say we will give it a last chance for some questions, and then I would give you the holy release to your backstage area again.
Okay.
Obviously, not without thanking you to be here, but we do that in a minute. So, guys, this is your chance, at least for this live stream, to have some questions to Sandy, who is here live
Are
from
you guys
Nigeria.
scared to ask questions? You guys are scared to ask questions. Ask
Yeah, they are.
questions.
They think they will be the next one in the stove or something. I don't know, but most likely, I think as by the as by the reactions that I see here, for instance, that I see um, uh, that grandma. That's German. Oma is the German way, the German word for grandma. Actually, she says Sandy's live stream is the best place to be before bed. Now, I hope that you mean it in a nice way. Um, Everything Africa with Oma. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, she does, because it is always nice to hear your voice and see you talking with people and how you react and everything. It is really nice. And
We have a
then,
question.
where's do we have a question?
Yeah, from Ozilicious Food.
Okay, you read it. Oh,
Oh.
please. What's your okay? What's your favorite food, ma'am? Ma'am. Whoa.
I know I always get this on my live stream every time. And to be honest, it's very hard like picking a favorite food. But I would say jollof rice, and then when it comes to soups, I like okra soup. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, okay, that is that one. Thank you so much for that question. And
I have another.
if there is anyone else, please feel free. All
We
right, here
have
we
one.
go.
We have one
There
from
we
Katrina.
go.
Do you
Katrina is asking, yeah, do you see yourself going to culinary school in the future?
Of course, yes. Yeah. I want to at least to get that official certificate to be addressed as a chef. Chef Sandy. Yeah.
Well, I think the interesting thing is that everyone can call themselves a chef, but question is what I would like to understand from what I see, what you are cooking. Um, I knew. Okay, let's pin this as well, so that the person had her 5 seconds of fame on this one as well. When are you going down to Lagos? Okay, so I
So
think Vanessa is starving. Obviously, she
soon,
didn't eat properly in weeks, and now you need to cook for her.
soon. I'll come soon.
All right. So
Please, these questions are killing.
no, I mean
But
obviously it's great to have a laugh on here as well, and I think it is
I want
great
to
that
I want to
we have people here with a sense of humor. I want a flat tummy quickly. What can I eat? Essie, I can tell you that is something that even Sandy cannot prepare. It's called alternative breathings. Just saying. So at the, the end of the day, that is flatten your stomach very fast. I would like to say, I think because I know that you're very busy, and obviously other people here are as well. Um, would you like to share any final thoughts on cooking? On Is there anything that you would like to shout out in regards of um, anything that you would like to say about your channel future, about your next plans, maybe as a final statement, so to speak?
Okay. First of all, I'll start by saying thank you so much for having me. I mean, I really, really enjoyed this. I didn't even know I'll be able to stay, this long, coupled with the fact that I have a lot of things to do, and also I have flu. If you notice from my voice, you see how I hear how I sound. But still, yeah. So there's something I wanted to say here today, right? I was thinking we'll get to that point. So when it comes to Nigerian meal, I'm just like it's usually very very funny when I hear a lot of Nigerians trying to like push try to push the name of our food just to make sense to other people. Let's say, for instance, now we have the Igbos, they have abacha as their street food, right? So I always cringe when I hear people calling that, especially Nigerians calling that, what's it called? African salad. I'm always like, what is that? When you hear like Indians saying biryani, you know, you just know that's their dish. They won't push it for you to understand what exactly they're talking about. You do your research, go and check what that food is about, like the recipe. But Nigerians, I don't know why they always do that. So when it comes to egusi soup, they try to push it for you to understand what they're talking about. Oh, it's melon seed soup. I'd be like, what the hell is that? Melon seed soup. Go and do your research. That's why you have YouTube, you have Google. Go and research about it. The African salad is always like making me go crazy. Like, not all Africans know about this abacha. So why are you calling it African salad? So I'm just going to say that we as Nigerians, we should embrace our culture. Don't try to push it for anyone. If it's a goosey soup, it's a goosey soup. What you can do is at least tell them the recipe and let them go research for it. So don't try to push it to make it to fit into their standard. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely with you, and I'm absolutely. I still will never understand why people try to call gari something else but gari, right? Or yum something else but yum. It is the name of the
Exactly.
vegetable, of the fruit, and because I think here's the thing. Obviously, in Europe, people might not necessarily understand in the first place what that all means, but if I would say some travel to Kenya or some travel to Nigeria and all of a sudden it's called ugali or it's called fufu or it's called gari or something like that, people will not understand what they're eating, even though they ate it before in Europe, for instance. So I'm totally with you on this. Why would we actually not just call it the way that it is? And yeah, Katrina says it actually. She says here like there's some different names for the same type of foods. Obviously, it depends on the region where we are, right, and in the country that we are. And therefore, I think it is a very interesting thing to see what people are actually experiencing, if you will. And therefore, I think it is a very good final thought to also considering what we actually are achieving in life when we cook our own organic food, when we cook our own stuff and name the stuff as it is. Obviously, for some vegetables, as we all know, there are English words there. Yes, true. But on the other hand, I think that it is a good thing to have that done too. I would like to conclude this session, first of all, with thanking you, Sandy, for coming here, even though you're busy and even though I'm really, really happy that it was possible, even though you're having a flu. And I really hope that you're feeling better very soon. That is the most important thing. Health is more important than anything else. But I would like to conclude the session for everyone who is on Goga's channel and who was there yesterday. We all remember that we have the homework for the entire June, not only to visit people's channel and watch videos to support, but most importantly, to actually sit down and write comments. I have actually pinned the website, the channel of Sandy in the chat on the top. And I would like all of you to go to one of those videos that she has created, and she has created wonderful videos. They're not too long, not too short. They're like between 6 and 15 minutes long. Some of them are longer, but all of that. Now we have all got this homework, and to actually leave a valuable comment. Why to leave a valuable comment? Because especially in Sandy's case, and I would really like to point that out again, this channel has got everything else has got a very top level of value. Every single video that is on there has got a huge amount of value. We have learned from Sandy how much work that actually is to get this video together. And I'm not only talking putting some, there we go again, cooking is more than boiling hot water. There's a lot of work into this. So my ask would be to all of you, also those who are already regulars on Sandy's channel, grab one of her videos, watch it to the full, and write a decent comment on not only, oh yeah, it was nice, ding, 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 done. No, write a decent comment with a decent why you actually think that this content is great, because this makes the content creator more encouraged to keep on moving. And before I end this live stream, Sandy, I would like to give you the opportunity one more time to have your final say. And then we say goodbye to our audiences both, and then hopefully that you will feel better soon.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thank you for staying this far with us. And again, thank you so much, Ragus, for having me. And I would like to just give this advice to all YouTubers out there. I know YouTube is draining, like YouTube is a lot. If you look at the algorithm, how the algorithm is pushing you, you just want to back down. But just know what you're doing right, be consistent, and keep dishing out quality content. Yeah, we'll all get there. No pressure. Like, don't pressure yourself. We're not in competition with anyone. Your biggest competitor is how you want to be better than who you were yesterday. Just focus on your crafts. Just be on the right track. Yeah, that's all I have to say. And thank you guys again. I'll see you guys next time.
Absolutely. I'm very happy to come back to your house again on a regular basis, as I do all the time. Most likely, when other people are sleeping, I sneak into your house. So, wishing you a fast recovery, first of all. Health always comes first. And I'm really grateful that even though you have a flu, that you made it possible and still have so many things to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was our talk series on Thursday, today with our very special guest, Sandy, a cook with Sandy from Nigeria. And I wish for you that not only that you get feel better soon, but also on your channel, that the word Nigeria will not be the most used one for a much longer time, so that people are more focusing on you as a person and on the channel. And with this, I would like to say thank you so much to you, to our both audiences, and to wishing all of us a very nice rest of the week. Remember, there's a video coming up from Sandy. She has already mentioned it. There's a live stream coming up over the weekend for sure. We see you on each other's channels. Wishing all of you very well. Ending the stream here, and wishing all of you a great rest of the week. And thanks all for coming. So, Sandy, keep it cheese until the stream is gone. Bye bye. Good night, everyone. Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.